Hey, you know what? I was watching Ali, and I was just thinking about that type of movie. Is that I mean, I like that movie. It was really good. And what really amazed me about that movie was not so much that he fought or had these great victories, but the backstory. Like every champion, I think is just it's so much more their backstory of what they actually go through into being a champion and what they really have to go through. The backstory, like the situation was his wife and the situation with Malcolm X and Muslim and the United States government and the draft and the war and the jail time and those kind of things. That is very interesting. That's a backstory. That's like what really makes him who he is. I mean, you could fight the battles, but if all you had to do was fight, that would be like totally different. You know, it's the backstory. It's the things like the betrayal and everything. That's the real part of the story. You know, and that was a good movie. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. But I was just thinking, you know, every champion has got to have a backstory. Everything that compounds the problems, the part that we don't see, like we see them like in the arena. We don't see the backstory. I guess that's why they call it the backstory, right? Because it's in the back. We don't see it. You know, like even the president. The backstory. You know, I think we would be surprised. I mean, it's funny because sometimes it surfaces, but what's really, really going on, you know, like the spies, the Central Intelligence, and stuff like that, the stuff that are really involved. I mean, even the person that is in the story might not know about. You know, pretty amazing stuff. Pretty amazing. And I can almost relate to it. I can relate to it to a degree because of some of the stuff that I've gone through. Just dealing. I mean, that part of the story. My friend says something to me that half has never been told. You never know that part of the story. You know. I mean, the part that really makes it the real story. I mean, maybe one day it'll be told, but it's just, you know, people think it's easy. They think it's easy, and they see what you go through, and it's amazing. Nobody should really ever be jealous of anybody ever. It should never ever. It should not of nothing that you have. It's so funny because we are. You know, you could take like the same situation. Let's say two people and they both want a Cadillac. Okay, one who wants a Cadillac, and so they work for the Cadillac. They spend their time doing what has to be done, sacrificing, not going out, or even trying to deal with not getting involved with things that would be very distracting to them, in trying to get the work or whatever they have to do to get the Cadillac, you know. And then you have another person that sit there, wait, lay on it, waiting for their opportunity for that person to set down the keys or to say something or to drop some money. You know, two same situation, two different two different means, two different outcomes. You know, that's pretty amazing to me because There's a lot of situations where two people can be in the same situation and you have two totally different outcomes. Let's just say, I like to use a biblical reference. Like when you had the two thieves, they were both caught, they were both thieves, and in between them was Christ. And one thief had faith in who he was, and one didn't. And so one went to heaven that day, and one did not. Same exact situation, same predicament, everything the same, and completely two different outcomes. It's in the Bible too. In other situations, the grass will grow on one, and right next door the other one doesn't. And how that is or why that is. You know, like in the case of the thief, it might be just a relationship with God. I don't know, something that the other person is not willing to have faith or believe in, and yet they still want the same outcome. You that backstory, boy, it's no joke. Anyway, it was a good movie. It got me thinking. So God bless you all. Love you all.